to work. And to answer this question, we must bear in mind that certain employees need to be protected. Those belonging to the vulnerable age group, those who are 55 years old and above. We also want to protect and bear in mind that while employees might belong to the lesser vulnerable age groups, we don't want them infecting members of their household who are in that age group or who may have pre-existing conditions and therefore at high risk. We also have to be mindful of the needs of employees who live in vulnerable communities. We want to provide those poor communities access to sanitation kits, provide assistance in cash or kind because they are relying on temporary income. We want to help support the facilities that are there. And we want to work with local communities, media partners, and even faith leaders to help amplify the prevention and control messages. Because again, in the absence of a vaccine, the best that we can do is to prevent and control it. It's also important to remember that even if we are allowed to operate during GCQ, and when we choose who will go back to work, how will those employees go back to work? We want them to be able to do this safely and on time. This means that we have to guarantee that the vehicles they will be traveling in are actually disinfected and that there's some of social distancing happening there. So which means probably a staggered seating arrangement. We also want to make sure that the vehicles being used by our employees are wiped down and deep cleaned to eliminate surface contaminants. We have to consider that our employees who are traveling will be going through security checkpoints, and therefore there will be congestion and they will be exposed to breath clouds, probably increasing their risk of infection. And maybe for some businesses, it will be more viable if they provide living arrangements at or near the workplace if we want our employees to get to work safely and on time. Of course, this also raises the questions, which jobs should return to work? Why should they return to work in the first place, given the health risks that they confront? This is a time for businesses to consider accelerating virtualization, automation, or outsourcing strategies, which maybe in the past they have considered, but they have not yet implemented. This is a time for us to address the root causes as to why we have not taken advantages of these options, whether it be products and services not yet being online, resources not being trained, our IT infrastructure not being ready, or our supply chain not yet being established. Because even if, let's say, you can migrate your products and services online, this will mean that your supply chain has to be ready. Part of your supply chain should consider the delivery, the distributions of those goods to the homes of your customers.